Yo, what's up YouTube? So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down how I made $30,000 profit on a new book that just launched in the US. It's a fantasy book called Dabble. And look, I'm aware that sounds a little crazy, but I use a verified bet tracker. It's called Pickit. Basically, the way that Pickit works, it's a mobile app, it's free, is you connect your sportsbook accounts and then it'll show you your profit and loss. So you can see on Dabble, I'm already up over $30,000, over a 50% ROI, and I definitely don't think this is sustainable. To be very clear, I definitely ran a little bit hot on Dabble, but it is a very profitable book. It's a great book to have. There's a lot of good betting opportunities. Oftentimes when books first launch, they're less efficient betting markets. These new sports books, they're not as good at setting their lines, so there's more profitable betting opportunities compared to the more popular books like Prize Picks, like FanDuel. So in this video, I'm gonna be running through everything you need to know about Dabble, how I made over $30,000 profit on this book in just 1 month, so let's get into it. So you may be thinking that you need a huge bankroll to get results sports betting, but that's actually not the case at all. So let's just go through this very quickly with Dabble. I made $32,000 profit with a 50% ROI. So that means I bet $64,000 total. I've been using this book approximately a month, let's call it 32 days. So I was betting approximately $2,000 a day to get these results. And that really is the power of sports betting. In general, I'm betting on games that are occurring that day, especially with the NBA, college basketball, and NHL. So we're getting daily returns. You get daily compounding. That's the power of sports betting. Even if you can, let's say, just get a 2% edge, a 2% ROI on your bets, and you're betting every single day, that's 60% over the course of a month. That's the power of sports betting. You're getting daily returns. Anyways, the next thing I want to address is you can see on Dabble, I had a bad win-loss record. I only had 54 wins and 185 losses. So you may be wondering, how the heck are you up money if you had more losses than wins? But on Dabble, I'm generally playing 3-pick entries. So 3-pick entries, you're putting down 100 to win 600 total, of which 500 is profit. So you're putting down 100 to win 500 profit, which is a 6x payout. So let's say you go 1 for 3 on your 6-pick entries. You win one entry, you lose the other 3. And let's say your unit size, you're putting down $100 per slip. That's your unit size. So you have 3 losses, so you go down $300, but your one win is a 6x payout, $500 of profit, so you're up $200 in profit. So win-loss record is very irrelevant in sports betting. It's the most useless stat. Whenever people talk about it, I just chuckle. So I still made money even though my win-loss record looks pretty bad. So now let's get into how you can beat Dabble, how you can make money on this fantasy book. But before we do that, if you enjoy this type of content, please like, please subscribe. Also, comment any questions you have below. My goal is to make you as much money sports betting as possible off of these greedy sports books. So please, if anything's confusing, comment any questions below. But long story short, the way that Dabble works is they have fixed payouts. This platform is similar to Prize Picks. It's similar to Underdog Fantasy. And what I mean by fixed payouts is on Dabble, any 3-pick entry you create, you're going to be getting a 6x payout. So it doesn't matter. In this example, if you take greens over or under, you're getting a 6x payout regardless. Any 3-pick entry you create, you're getting a 6x payout. So your goal as a sports bettor is just to find the picks with the highest possible win rate. That's the goal on Dabble. Now, one thing you may be wondering is, well, if I already use Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy, or another book like FanDuel, should I still sign up for Dabble, or can I just make money on those sports books? And as a sports bettor, you want to have as many books as possible because all of these books set their own lines. So having more books is better. Sometimes there's a ton of value on Prize Picks, other times it's Dabble. So if you take a look at this example right here of a play I locked in, you can see I got Markkanen. I got his rebound line at 8.5. I'm betting him to go over 8.5 rebounds. On Prize Picks, which is a platform that's very similar to Dabble, they had his line at 9. Over 8.5 is obviously better than betting him over 9, because if you bet him over 9 and he has exactly 9 rebounds, then that's going to push on Prize Picks. It would win on Dabble. So long story short, as a sports bettor, you need to be finding value in the market if you want to make money, and having more books, all these books set their own lines, means you're going to find more value. Another reason you want to have more sports books is oftentimes these books run pretty profitable promos. For sports books, it's a marketing cost. They run these promos to try to, Underdog Fantasy, Prize Picks, Dabble, all these books are in competition with one another, so they all run these promos. So on Prize Picks, for example, they have a Super Bowl promo on Mahomes to throw over half of a passing yard. That's basically free money. That's a free win. For the sports books, it's a marketing cost. For us as sports bettors, it's easy value, easy money in the bank. So the more books you have, not only do all these books have different lines, so more books means more profitable betting opportunities, but it also means more profitable promotions. So here's the betting strategy, the blueprint for beating Dabble. To make money on Dabble, you need to have a win rate on your picks, on your over-under. So for example, you can see in this slip, I took Jabari Smith over 6.5 rebounds. If you want to make money on Dabble, you have to win those individual picks above 55% of the time. And we have some other videos breaking down the math, why that's the case. But long story short, picks like Jabari Smith to go over or under, you have to be able to win your plays 55% of the time. And I'm not saying that's easy to do, right? A 55% win rate on your picks, on your over-unders, means you're only losing 45% of your plays. So you got to win 55, only losing 45% of your picks. So the question is, how do you do that? And the way you do that is you compare the lines on Dabble to sports books. So for example, if you take a look at this Jabari Smith play and you compare Dabble to sports books, you're going to see all the sports books have Jabari heavily favored to go over 6.5 rebounds. You can actually see in this line movement chart, the sports books have ripped towards Jabari Smith's over, making him a huge favorite to go over 6.5 rebounds. So Caesar Sportsbook, for example, has Jabari as a minus 174 favorite to go over 6.5. Right? So his over is a really big favorite. So all these sports books, all these books have sophisticated models. They're really good at setting lines. Caesars, it's a $10 billion company. Their full-time job is setting lines. They're taking bets, moving their odds based on where sharp action is coming in. Everything is baked into the odds on these sports books, and they all have him heavily favored to go over. That's why this pick is winning above 55% of the time and is profitable in a Dabble slip. So I included it in my entry. So that's the easiest way to get an edge on Dabble. I'm not just waking up every day and betting random stuff with my gut. I'm ruthlessly comparing the lines on Dabble to sports books and trying to find spots where sports books have an over in this case, or it could be an under heavily favored, right? I'm using sports books and their odds as a source of information. If all the books, like in this example on Jabari Smith, it's not just Caesars, Bet Online, Fliff, Pinnacle, all these books, numerous data points, they all have Smith heavily favored to go over. I know his over is the more likely outcome. It's a lot more likely, and that's why I included this pick in my Dabble entry. So you may be thinking, wow, this sounds too easy. All you're doing to make $32,000 is comparing the lines on Dabble to sports books. You're not considering lineups. You're not building your own model. And here's my answer to that. Why would I build my own model? DraftKings, Caesars, these are multi-billion-dollar companies with hundreds of engineers. They have better data feeds. They're taking bets, moving around lines based on where action's coming in, particularly from sharp customers. Everything is already baked into the market. So no, I'm not trying to outmodel a bunch of billion-dollar companies. There's hundreds of sports books that post NBA lines. All these books have sophisticated models. I'm just following the data. The hard part is putting in the time. I grind every single day, morning, night, afternoon. I'm looking for good lines on Dabble that I can take advantage of, right? As a sports bettor, if you want to make money, you got to put in the time to find these plays. That's really the hard part. But anyways, making money on Dabble really is that simple. And I hope you found this video helpful, educational. Again, please like, please subscribe. Anything you have questions about, email me, drop it below in a comment, and I'll be happy to answer. Hopefully this video makes you some money on Dabble.